Welcome back to Mac Talks of Football and another exciting game in the FIFA World Cup 2026 as Netherlands and Japan and their games which are 2-all I draw. That was my prediction. I said it was going to be a 2-all draw, so I'm really really happy that I have gotten this my game exactly on the point. In terms of the game, if I'm being very honest with you, it was in my opinion it was like a game of two halves. I think the first half was and, both the teams were quite cautious in their approach. I was quite surprised with the way that the first half went because I expected quite an open game. I thought both the teams are really gonna have a go at each other and try to score the goals because both these teams are known for playing attacking football, and the players that they had, I expected them to go ahead and start really really fast. But at the first half it was played in quite a slow tempo. There was not that much momentum, stop start sort of a game. It was quite cagey, as I said before. And as I said, like it felt like they were both of the teams were quite cautious, just trying to play it out, trying to see what the other team can do. I think maybe playing in the first, the pressure of playing in the World Cup, the first game of the World Cup, got to the players because both the teams, their movement was not there, the passing was not there, there was no rhythm from either of the side, and you could see even the chances that were being created were not really that good. And it felt like this could turn out to be the first boring game of the football of the World Cup. Sorry, and you could just see, even after the hydration break, after the first hydration break, the tempo upped up a little bit, but not that much. It was still quite boring. Second half comes in, and it was quite a completely different game in that second half. The tempo was completely different. Like it went from 20 to almost 200 in that second half, and it became quite an open goal. I think a game, and I think that first goal was very very crucial goal. When Van Dijk scored that goal, it opened up the play. It was already opening up in that second half from the get go. You could just feel, the players were, it felt like the mindset was completely changed during the halftime. I think both the managers would have told their players that, it's not really going the way that we want it to go. That you need to speed things up because in the first half, a lot of the times you could see attacks building, but decision making from both side of players was not really there, and I think that ruined a lot of the chances in that first half. Second half, as he said, it started really, really fast, and Netherlands go ahead and they take the lead. I can keep on saying. I said in my preview as well that Japan is one of those teams that they are not going to sit back. They are not going to give up, and they are going to come at you. Especially when they see when they see that they are losing a game, they are going to come right back at you, and they came quite right back at them within like 6 minutes. They scored their equalizer, a great, well worked goal from the Japanese side. It becomes a 1-all, and then it became even more open. It was like end to end stuff. And Netherlands, I would say, were until they scored the goal, I would say they were under a bit of a pressure. Japan had to, Japan were playing a better football, if I'm being very honest with you. And then the second Dutch goal was a brilliant piece of work from Summerville. Cuts in from that left hand side on his a weaker foot and drills it on the around the corner, hits the crossbar, goes into it. And I think that was a crucial goal for the Dutch. It becomes a 2-1, and that sort of slowed down the Japanese momentum, and it came at the wrong time as well. But I think that the hydration break really helped Japan. After they came back from that hydration break, they started playing again. They upped the tempo quite a lot, and yeah, it put again the Dutch on the back foot. After the goal, they became really really good. You just felt before the hydration break that the Netherlands might score the third goal and finish the game off and kill the game off, but it did not happen. And after the hydration break, it sort of became all Japan, if I'm being or very honest with you. I think the Dutch created their chances, but they were not really that threatening, and you just felt that if there was going to be a goal in this game, and you could see that there was still a goal left, but you just felt that if there was gonna that goal was going to come, it was going to be from Japan. And that's what happened again. A great header from Daichi Kamada, and he equalizes around 85th 86th minute mark, if I'm not wrong, and becomes a 2-all. And if I'm being very honest, I think it was a fair result. I don't think either of them did enough to win the game, and I don't think either of them were that bad that they deserve to lose the game. I think it was a poor first half from both of the sides. I think it was quite underwhelming. It was quite surprising to a lot of the people that this because all of us thought this was going to be quite an entertaining game. I said in my preview that this was the this is going to be the game of the day, the most entertaining, just like Brazil Morocco was yesterday, and I really felt it. And so to see that game in that first half was quite surprising. Of course, they changed, completely ripped the script in that second half with the performances from both the sides. You could just see the difference in their decision making, the way that they move the ball, the passes and whatnot. And again, I'm going to say both the sides were a lot better in that second half. If I'm a Dutch fan, if I'm a Netherlands player or a management in that camp, I think the Dutch would be really disappointed because they took the lead twice, and they let Japan come back into the game, and they were not really able to hold on to that. I think they would be the ones that are going to be more disappointed as compared to the Japanese. I think because again, even though all of us thought it was going to be a draw, and Netherlands were sort of the favorites, going not by that much. It was like a 55-45 difference going into this game, but Netherlands were still the favorite, and they want to top the group, and so they needed to start sorry about that, they needed to start with a win. It did not come from them for them, and they are going to be quite sad that, as I said before, they took the lead twice and they ended up giving the lead away. For Japan, I think they are going to be the much more happier side as compared to the two, because they had to chase the game, and they ended up scoring 2 goals and making sure they don't lose. It's a good start for Japan. I think they are still work to be done for Japan. They need to make sure that they don't concede goals. I mean, conceding 2 goals, okay, you have this spirit, you have no hard, no giving up attitude that the Japanese have, but you need to make sure that you don't come in these type of situations that much. You need to make sure that you don't concede the goals. You were able to get back in the game twice this time around, but there might be a game where you might not be able to make a comeback and you might get eliminated because of that. So they need to shore up that defense. I thought the Suzuki had a really good game. I really like. I think he's a very underrated goalkeeper, Suzuki, but he was really good. Even though he conceded 2 goals, I think both of the goals he really barely had, especially the second one. I don't think any goalkeeper was going to be able to save that. It was a really great hit from Somerville. So I think the first one was a one that he could have, he could have saved, but the second one was not really able to, was not savable in my opinion. In both the goals for Japan, I think it was really hard for the goalkeeper to save. Overall, I think, as I said, it turned out to be a good game. In the end, the first half was not that good, but the second half, papered over the cracks, as you may say. And again, as I said, it's a good start for both of them. They did not lose. They get a point. They score a couple of goals. Defenders, and I think it was a good performance from both of the sides in the end. And they might not be that much happy, but I don't think they are going to be that sad as well with this performance. It's the first game, and I keep on saying not losing the first game is more important in my opinion than winning the first game. And I think that is going to be very crucial, especially with a group that they have. I mean, they still have Cote d'Ivoire and Ecuador in that group, so it's not an easy game. Not an easy group to navigate through, and the Netherlands team would know that as well. They are the favorites to go through as the group leaders, but it's not an easy group, and Japan has shown that. Again, it's a World Cup. Every team is coming here to prove something, and Netherlands know that. So it was good for them that they did not lose, and they would hope that now they can start winning in the next game. And same for Japan as well. About an hour remaining for Cote d'Ivoire to Ecuador, Cote d'Ivoire and Ecuador to play. So yeah, we'll meet after that game. Until next time, like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers before the group series, and 20 subscribers remaining, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.